Hey there, welcome to the video. Now, if you're looking for ways to make money online, and more specifically with Amazon KDP, then you've come to the right place. Now, if you're a returning subscriber and you've watched my videos before, then you know I'm all about showing you ways to create profitable books through Amazon KDP. But if you're new here, don't worry, I've got you covered because I'm diving straight into 5 of the best random KDP niches that you can start publishing in today to hopefully make your first sale. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, before we dive into this list, I want to preface this by saying that I've already done the heavy lifting for you. That means every single niche that I'm about to share has been carefully researched and validated to have both low competition and high demand. In simple terms, these niches have real potential for profits if you decide to give them a shot. Now, the first random niche that we have is the Moon and Astrology Planner. And you're probably going to notice this purple bar on my screen. I use this in a lot of my videos, especially with my niche research videos. It's called Titan's Quick View. This is free to download on the Chrome Web Store, so feel free to go ahead and install this so that you can get all this type of information like a niche score, the exact total results, exact matches, independently published books, average ranks, reviews, and the price. Now, the first thing I noticed when I was researching this niche are the total results. We see 240, which is really low. So this basically means that there's not a lot of competition here because there's only 240 results showing up for Moon and Astrology Planner. We have 11 independently published books, which means 11 KDP books here on the first page. And the average bestsellers rank is 550,000, which is a decent average bestsellers rank. And then we see average price at $11.79. Now, if we look through the first page to see how much demand there is for this niche, we're going to see this book right here. It says independently published when I hover over it. This is from Self-Publishing Titans. This is the other extension that I use from them. They're both free to use. Go ahead and download it so you can get this because this is going to allow you to get this quick glance at all this information without having to go into the listing and look for it manually. Now, what I like to look for is under publisher that it says independently published, which means it's a KDP book. And then I like to look for the bestsellers rank right here. This one says 1.4 million. Now, typically I like to look for books, at least 3 or more books that have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or less. So this one's a little bit high. So I'm just going to look for more. This one right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 127,000. So this book is selling pretty well and it has a price of $8.99 and also takes advantage of the hardcover at $16.99. This one right here has a bestsellers rank of 37,000. So that's actually very good and is independently published with a price of $16.20. So it's actually quite high for this type of book. That's because it has 364 pages, which makes sense because the more pages that you have in your book, the higher your printing costs. So to offset that, you have to price your book a little bit higher. This one right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 153,000. So I'm seeing a lot of demand here. This is at least 3 books that have a BSR of less than 300,000. We have this book right here with a 264,000 BSR. And what I'm seeing actually is it has a 3.0 rating, which is something that you can take advantage of if they leave reviews. You can go through those reviews and see if you can implement those changes into the book that you're making to basically steal your competitor's sales. This one is just above that 300,000 ranking. Same with this one. So I know that there's sufficient enough demand here. And we see a niche score of 72 basically validates everything that I'm seeing here. And I typically like to look for a niche score of at least 50. So I know that there's low competition, there's high demand, there's a lot of potential here for profits. If we take a look at this book, we can see it's priced at $8.99. It also has the hardcover option for $16.99. And we can see 126 pages with a BSR of 156,000, which if you put into this Amazon KDP book sales calculator, that's going to be about $6 per day and about $181 per month, which is actually not that bad considering you're hopefully going to have dozens and dozens of books. they're all doing this kind of number, which is all going to add up at the end of the month. If we go ahead and take a look at the interior, we can see that this is basically what the book is. It has a calendar, holidays, meaning of the moon phases, full moon explanations, moon phase dates, astrology dates, monthly plan, and then gratitude and notes. So these are the samples right here. You can take a glance at this, see how they're putting it together, and then you can make your own. Now, if you have a Creative Fabrica subscription, then you can easily make a search for astrology and moon planner. And I suggest looking for the ones that are Canva editable, like this one right here. We can see that if you download this, you can upload it onto Canva, and then you can go ahead and make edits to it. You can pick and choose from the different types of templates. And this is an easy way of creating this type of book. And it's gonna be original. It's gonna be unique because you can make edits to it. You can change the fonts. And once again, you can pick and choose from the templates that they provide. Now, if you want access to all these KDP interiors and more, I'll leave a link for Creative Fabrica down below. Now, the next random niche that we have is the cleaning logbook. So right away, total results 621. So not bad at all. Not a lot of competition here. There are a lot of books, 46 independently published books already, but we're going to see there's actually a lot of books here that are selling very well. We have the average bestsellers rank at 1.9 million and the average price at $7.82 and a niche score of 50. So everything is looking good so far. And if we take a look here, I typically like to stay away from sponsored products like these ones right here. And then this first one right here, this cleaning logbook, has a bestsellers rank of 186,000. So that's very good. We have some books here selling well. We have another one right here, 321,000. This one's a little bit higher at 471,000, but still doing very well. And then we have this book, 39,000 BSR. So this one's selling very, very well. In fact, when I plug in all the information here for this book is making about $26 per day, which is about $802 per month off of just this one book. Another book here, ranking it at 19,000. And so we see there's adequate enough demand here. We see that the competition is still fairly low at 621, and the niche score is validating all of that. And this is a very, very easy book to make, which I suggest that you go ahead and make these types of books because you really have nothing to lose. You can make this book in less than a couple hours from start to finish, published and ready for approval on Amazon KDP. So why not go ahead and make these types of books because you're only stacking the deck in your favor. Now, to show you just how simple this book is, well, this is the cover right here. And as you notice, the interior is actually on the cover. Now, this is something that you can do, a very easy cover to make. And so if you look at the interior, well, that's basically what it is. It's just repeated over and over. So basically for 30 minutes of work or less, I could probably make this in about 5 minutes. You can just duplicate the page all throughout the book. And notice, look at all these ratings, 30 ratings at 4.7 out of 5. So this book is doing very, very well. Now, if you're too lazy to make this interior by yourself, well, just head on over to Creative Fabrica and look at all these interiors that you could use. Now, the next random niche that we have is the cursive handwriting workbook. Now we see total results of 2,090. So this has a little bit more competition, but it's still showing a lot of potential here. And so we see average bestsellers rank at 86,000. That is quite low, and an average price of $9.88 with a niche score of 66. And if I look through here, the first page, we can see this book right here has the bestsellers badge and is ranking in, if I can get this to work, at 1,142. So to give you an idea, that's about $252 per day, which is about $7,581 per month off of a book that you create one time. And once it's up on Amazon and it starts selling, well, it can continue to sell for years down the road. Look at this book right here, ranking it at 3,245. This one right here, 220,000. This one right here is at 45,000. So we see a lot of books here selling very, very well. If we take a look at a sample, so this is that best-selling book right here. If we just go to the interior, we're gonna see basically this is what it looks like right here. A is for alligator, couple lines, And then you see the dots here to trace. Similar structure for B, just a different animal. C is for cheetah, and so on and so forth. Now, like I said, the only thing is that it's a little bit competitive. It's not that bad. You could easily offset this by running ads on your book. But if you want to lower the competition here, because typically I like to look for search results that have about 1,000 or less, then you're gonna have to niche down or find a sub niche. And that's exactly what I've done for you. You could go ahead and try Cursive Handwriting Workbook for Kids 8 to 12. You notice it only has 337 total results. So that's very, very low. Competition here is a lot better if you want to go ahead and enter this niche. But it also has a higher niche score at 71. Average bestsellers rank is still very low at 228. And you're going to see a lot of the same books here being targeted for this keyword. So maybe this is something that you want to consider. Now, the next random niche that we have is the Reading Tracker Journal. Right away, we see a niche score of 74, quite high. Total results about 1,000. So this is 1,430, which is not bad. The average price at $12.40. If we go ahead and take a look at some of these books, we can see a lot of books from different types of publishers. But what I noticed with this niche was that there are still KDP books that show up here on the first page. For example, this one that is doing still pretty well at $289,000 and a price point of $10.99. We have this one right here at $143,000. And then this one right here just above at $329,000. And there's even more here. This one's just above at $447,000. This one's at $233,000. And then this one right here is at $6,000 with a price point of $16.73. So if I plug that into the KDP book sales calculator, that's an estimated royalty of $284 per day and $8,500 per month. Unfortunately, there is no sample to look at and there's no A+ content that this publisher has uploaded. There is one picture here that we can see, and so it gives us an idea of what it looks like. But if we go ahead and look through the details here, we can see that it includes planning pages, review pages for 52 prompts. Now, if we head on over to Creative Fabrica, we can see all of these reading planners here. We see reading trackers here, and we see a lot that are Canva editable. So I suggest and I recommend that you actually go for the ones that you can edit in Canva, because it's going to be a lot easier for you to make changes and to edit it. You can go ahead and change the fonts, the colors, you can change the structure of the interior, and you can pick and choose between the templates that they provide. Now, the last random KDP niche we have for today is the Podcast Planner Workbook. Now, you probably didn't even think about this, but we see total results 920. So very good competition here. You're gonna have a good enough chance to try to get your book ranked on the first page here. Average bestsellers rank 1.3 million, average price $8.36 with a niche score of 50. And then if we look at some of these books, we can see this one ranked at 48,000. We have some books here that are ranking in the millions. That's okay. This one right here, 284,000. This one is 100, and then this one right here is ranked at 180,000. Now, if we check out this book right here, we can see that it makes about $12 per day, which is an estimated $366 per month. And this is the type of interior that this book has. So you see monthly goals where you write down goals for each month in the separate boxes here, and the weekly podcast calendar, very simple type of book. Now you have this part where you can brainstorm and you can add all your notes, and that's pretty much it. Once again, if you head on over to Creative Fabrica, you can go ahead and look at these podcast planners. Look for the one with an editable Canva template like this one right here, and you're going to be able to pick and choose from all of these templates here so you can create a custom original type of book. And then also you can change the fonts here. This is going to make it easy for you to basically customize this interior to your liking and basically make it your own. Now, if you like this type of random KDP niche video and you want me to make a part 2, let me know by leaving a comment down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. That being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.